That's a big chicken. Alright, hey, how's it going? This is Aaron over at Booyah Farms, and I wanted to show you the newest attraction here at the farm. I went down this weekend and bought some chickens, and as you can see, here they are. They're probably about a week old right now. I want to show you this. This is my indoor brooder box. It's pretty much a Rubbermaid container. It's got a lid for it and everything. I've got this outside right now because I just got done cleaning it out. I pretty much bring these guys out with me, put them in a milk crate or something small, and clean the whole thing out, and then put it all back together, and this is what we end up with. A couple things about your brooder box. I keep this inside of my shop for right now, not because I'm not too worried about the cold. It's still summer here. It's still getting hot. But just for protection of the chickens. These guys are small. They're babies. They're not full grown. Well, there's a full grown duck. It has nothing to worry about back here, except for the neighbor's dog. But I just want to show you my basic setup. And what I got is a feeder. Okay, and you want kind of a closed feeder, because if you don't have a closed feeder, they're just going to get in there and scratch all the feed out. I will also say they get up on top of this thing and poop a whole bunch, which is what chickens do. They poop a whole bunch. So I try and keep their feed down to what they eat in a day, you know, and then, you know, I go and check on them. If they're low on food, I feed them. I also gotta have a chicken waterer. And then one of the tricks of the chicken water in this thing, I keep alfalfa as their bedding, just because I got a pile of it laying around. And I put their water on a solid dish, something solid. So, because what they'll do is they'll jump in this thing, they'll climb all over it, and they'll tilt it, knock it sideways if you just set it on top of the alfalfa. And you want to keep these things dried out. If not, your shop starts smelling like a barn real quick, and the constant wet is not good for these little guys. They're just not ready for it yet. And then also, which I don't have out here, I shot a video of this last night, but it gave these guys, they made them all orange. It didn't look right. So I have a heat lamp. Keep a heat lamp down in this corner in my shop. I have an outdoor brooder too, which I'm gonna put together this weekend. And kind of just, you know, when I'm home, move these guys out here, hanging out in the backyard, put these guys out here and let them do it. So, the last thing I will say is, when you bring these guys home, you know, they don't really know anything. So you got to show them the water. I like to take them, pick them up, put their beaks in the water, show them, hey, that's water. You can drink that. It's good for you. And they like it. The other thing is you got to teach them how to eat out of this thing. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's hard. These guys took to it pretty naturally. And so this is my indoor brooder. I'll be putting together my outdoor brooder later. But literally, and then what I really love about this setup is when I'm done with it, and I'll be done with it in a month or two, is I take the heat lamp, I take the chicken feeder, I take whatever's, you know, involved with this whole deal, throw it in here, put the lid on it, throw it back there in my shed, and that's it. We're done. And this thing comes out about once every 2 years, and it's worked really good for me. I've been very successful in raising little chicks. You know, you gotta pay attention though. I mean, there's, you know, these guys right now are not as self-sufficient as the ones that I have roaming around my backyard. They're just not. They need a little time. So let's talk about some breeds here. Let's look at this guy first. Alright, this guy with the big white dot on his head, who is my wife's favorite because he lets them pet her. He's a pretty mellow chicken. Is a barred rock. Great egg lays chicken. I've raised these before, and there's nothing wrong with these. Next one is this guy. This little guy here. He's called an Easter egger, Americana, Oricana. He lays your blue to green eggs. Another great laying chicken. I had one of these before. It was a total chow hound. It was the funniest chicken I ever met. It actually knocked somebody over at a barbecue and stole their cheese quesadilla. So I have a soft spot in my heart for them. And then this one, let's see, y'all. You guys don't like. Now this, I've never raised these before. This was an impulse buy. I saw them. They said they were good egg layers. I'm not so sure. I bought 2 of them. They are Jersey Giants. These are supposed to be really big chickens, and they're all black, which is not necessarily good for Arizona. We're going to see how they do. From what I've looked up, they lay between 150 and 200 eggs a year, which I can live with. You know, it's just me and my wife here, so we don't need a ton of eggs, but I like to buy chickens in 3s and 4s. It just always works out good for me. So I have 2 of the Jersey Giants there. They are about ready all to go inside. So that's pretty much my basic indoor brooder setup. You got food. You don't want to fill it up too full because they'll poop in it. You got water. You got it on a steady platform so they can't jump on it and knock it over. Okay, wetness in your brooder is just not a good thing. And then the last thing I want to talk about is timing. There's certain things about timing, and I've learned this over the years. One of these, well, there goes another. There's a duck trying to rape a chicken back there. Go get him, Trip. It's time. Well, anyways, I want to talk about timing with these. So pretty much from day they're born to the day you get an egg. Some breeds will differ by a week or 2, but all chickens, it's 24 weeks. 24 weeks till you get eggs. Okay, so let's think about that in our head. 24 weeks from today divided by 4, that's 6 months from now. So 6 months from now, I will get the most expensive eggs ever from these chickens right here. Every egg after that kind of reduces the cost. Okay, that's fine. So let's take a look at the calendar. I got to show you guys this calendar too. This is Edible Landscape in the Desert 2016. I know this is an outdated calendar. This calendar is made by a wonderful lady. Her name is Catherine the Herb Lady. If you garden in Phoenix, go buy her calendar. Actually, I'm going to go buy a new calendar tonight from her. But what's good about this calendar is all the dates are pretty relevant in it. And this is a great gardening calendar for Phoenix. All right. So let's take a look. This is going to be hard to do one-handed. Anyways, go see Catherine the Herb Lady. Not go see her, but look up her website and see this whole calendar is about planting. Okay, so yeah, I have the 2016 calendar, but all these dates are relevant. Okay? She even gives watering guidelines. I mean, she gives great advice in this calendar. So, there's March. Let's see, let's find September. Oh, this has been great. May. I should do this on table, but I don't care. October. September. Alright. There we go. I'm going to put this on my lap. Maybe it'll be easier to see that way. So it's September right now. And she's got a whole list of things to plant right now. She's got stuff she's growing in her yard. Like I said, this lady is solid. Look at there. The aphids will be coming again. See March for safe soap spray note. That's September 1st. So she's really dialed in on stuff. So what is 6 months from September? Well, let's count it out. We got October, November, December, January, February, and the last one, March. So pretty much in March, which was back here, let me go back one. It's back here. There's a marmalade recipe. This lady makes a great calendar. There's March. So in March, these guys are going to start laying. Okay, so what does that mean? It means that more or less, oh man, how to rephrase this? Okay, let me rephrase this. What happens to chickens in the winter is that the days get really short, the light cycle gets really short, and they don't lay eggs like they normally do because they're not seeing enough sunlight for them to want to lay eggs. There's a scientific thing to it. I'm not going to get into it, but more or less, your winter time for your chickens is pretty much a wasted time. Once the days get cold and the days get short, they quit laying. So, what's a great time to get little baby chicks? Well, before winter starts and rolling into spring. So we're going to roll into spring in March, and these guys are going to start cranking out the eggs. I also will say in the summer here, sometimes they slow down because of the heat, but they still lay. I still have chickens out here. They've laid all summer long. So more or less, that is the trick to chickens. It's a timing thing. You want to figure out when do you really want your eggs, count back 6 months, 24 weeks, and get your chickens then. The only other thing I have to say about this indoor brooder is I have the string in the middle. And all this is for when I carry this thing around. You can't carry this around your house, long ways. You have to carry it around that way. So I put the string here. I grab it here by the handle, and I can carry this through all my hallways and everything else. So yeah, here's our new flock. Welcome to the backyard of Booyah Farms, guys. And in March, we're going to be cranking out some eggs. So thanks for watching, and keep on watching.